Hey guys, good morning and good evening as well, as per your time zone. So yesterday we started about abbreviations or full forms or acronyms. Simultaneously or parallelly, I'm giving the definitions also. But anyways, from tomorrow, once again, we can start about those definitions in the in-depth analysis side. So far we completed couple of abbreviations or full forms. From there, we can continue. So next one is LDAP. So LDAP full form is lightweight directory access protocol. So this LDAP, another name is we can call it as Active Directory. And it is basically why we can use directory of the end users information and also system information and also host information. And also even we can create the Active Directory groups. In the security purpose, how we can utilize these LDAP and what is the importance of these Active Directory side, especially traceability. Whenever any security incident is triggered, so that security instant, whatever it is triggered, it is happened to X user or Y user or Z user and so on. If you want to tracing that one, so we have to integrate almost all the security tools to LDAP. Once we are integrating this LDAP to our security tools like EDR or antivirus or DLP or firewall or proxy or SIM tool or cloud security tools and so on. So for us, it is easy to identify so which system is got compromised and who is the end user, where he is located, and what is the IP address of the system. Everything, all these details will get it in case the parsing it's not happened properly. So that is the reason from security perspective, how we are utilizing this LDAP or Active Directory. So once we are integrating this Active Directory to all of our security tools, so tracing is very easy for us. So whenever any security incident alert or alarm is triggered, so to do the instant investigation analysis or forensic analysis. So that is the practical use case, how we are integrating LDAP mainly for the traceability. So as I mentioned, we can integrate LDAP or Active Directory to all the security tools. Not only just LDAP, even a couple of other servers like DNS, primary DNS and secondary DNS, and also SMTP server, and also NTP server. So these are all the servers regularly we will integrate it to SIM tools or any other security tool, not only just LDAP, but also all other servers also. So that we can discuss anyways later. So that is the importance of the LDAP. But what is the drawback of this LDAP now? It is not a security protocol. It is a plain text or clear text we can use. It will not provide any security. To eliminate the drawback, so what is the protocol we are using? We are using LDAPs like HTTP or HTTPS, FTP, SFTP. In the similar way, same as it is, even we do have LDAP and LDAPs. So what is the full form of LDAPs now? Lightweight Directory Access Protocol Security. So that is the full form of LDAPs. Same thing for traceability side, we can go and we can integrate LDAPs to our security tools. So we can integrate with our endpoint security tools. We can integrate with our network security, cyber security, cloud security, application security, almost all the security domains. So that is the importance of the LDAPs. Next one is SMB, server message block. So by the naming itself, it is showing that it can be used for messaging purpose. It can be used for communication purpose. So server message block. So this is one of the dangerous protocol. So for communication side, we should not use it. So because of server message block port number 445, if you're opening that one, so ransomware category of the attacks will happen. So from 2007 to till date, almost we do have more than 8,500 plus ransomware category of the attacks. So ransomware attack is one of the dangerous attack. So SMB through server message block. So every system contains this server message block as a port number and protocol. And port number, it can be used by 445. In case this port number it's opening, there are more chances are there how the attacker can use recon or selection of the target. Then he can enter into the organization by doing the port scanning mechanism. Then he can do the virus infection or malware infection, so that we can call it as a ransomware. And finally, he will ask blackmailing of the bitcoins or cryptocurrency or my wire transfer or money or data breach and so on. So that is the drawback of the server message block. So to eliminate this one now, so I will give note also here. Ransomware attack will happen through SMB protocol, and port number is 445. So next one is NTP, network time protocol. So this one we can call it as a protocol. Also we can call it as server. We can consider either protocol or maybe server also. So by the name itself, it is saying that it's a time protocol or time server. What exactly network time protocol it will do? So it will sync up with our local time to our time zone, our system time to our time zone. So each and every system, whatever we are using in our organization site, that may be laptop or workstation or desktop or Windows servers or Unix servers or maybe firewall or proxy, network devices. In the similar way, all other devices, it is applicable to almost all the assets. So if you want to sync up, for example, you can see right now in central time zone where I am located, it is showing as a 9 p.m. CST. So 9 p.m. CST. If I want to sync up with my central time zone, now I have to use NTP server. Okay. So this is the way why we have to use NTP server. Why can't we go and we can update our time zone in a part of our system? We can do that one, but that is manual process. So we have so many endpoints are there. We have so many servers will be there. We have so many databases will be there. We have so many network devices will be there and so on. How many devices you can go and you can update the time zone based on the our manual way? It will take longer time. It's a manual and time consuming process. One of the dedicated human being is required to update all those time zones. So that is the reason to eliminate this drawback. Now what we have to do? We have to configure the NTP server, and whatever assets we do have, that assets, everything we have to configure. And finally, all those assets at a time, we can select the time zone wherever it is located. So it's like automated process, and it can upload all those devices time zone. So with our local time. So those places we can go and we can use NTP server. Okay. So how we can use and where we can use, it can be used, integrate or sync up local system time zone to local time zone to system time zone, local time zone to our assets time zone. So what is the reason and why we have to update by the way? So in case you are not updating the time zone, maybe security incident is triggered at maybe IST time zone at 9 o'clock. So maybe CST time it is maybe evening around 10:30. So there are 10.5 hours difference now. In that scenario, after 10.5 hours time zone only, in security incident, we will receive the notification. So by these 10.5 hours, maybe attacker will compromise other systems also. Then he can do the lateral movement, or maybe he will pass that particular communication to other system. There are a lot of business impact will be existing. So to eliminate the drawback, we can use network time protocol or network time server. So that we can integrate our assets time zone to our local time zone. So that may be Asia Pacific time zone or Central time zone or Eastern time zone and so on. So that is the importance of the NTP server and network time protocol. Next one is NFS, network file system. So by the name itself, it is saying that it's a file system. You can use it for the file transfer from one network segmentation to another network segmentation. So why we have to do the network segmentation? To identify or to do the conversion of the different types of the zones, like a trust zone or untouched zone, or maybe public zone or private zone, or maybe even we can consider, for example, software development or product development side. Everywhere we want to do the segmentation, like a development environment is separate segmentation, and testing environment is separate network segmentation, and design teams, whatever they are working on, all those design architects or software architects, separate network segmentation. So this is the way how we can go and we can do the segmentation part. And in case if you want to transfer the files from one network segmentation to another network segmentation, for suppose all those developers or all those testers, they want to communicate and through our physical local area network. So then obviously we can use the network file system. So this is the way how the files can be transferred from the developer stage environment to tester stage environment. For those places, we can use the network file sharing system or network file system. So just for file transfer. But nowadays, you know already, most of the people, they are creating their own OneDrive and Google Drive based on the team wise. And according to that one, we can go and we can provide the privilege and role based access control. And based on the team wise, we can give those access or privilege. And finally, they can access those files. But as I mentioned yesterday class also, it is not applicable to where the federal government sector or public sector or government sector or defense sector or banking sector or healthcare sector. These are the very critical sector systems, or maybe our customers or clients. For those people, they will not use any cloud. So most of the cases, so based on the classification of the data, so according to their, whenever they want to transfer the files in the local area network or maybe in the data center, either we can go with SFTP, Secure File Transfer Protocol, or maybe we can go with NFS, network file sharing or network file system. Next one is ICMP. So what is ICMP full form? Internet Control Message Protocol. So this is internet facing message oriented protocol. Whatever previously we have seen SMB server message block. So that is within a system, we can extend the communication. So within our local area network, within our trust zone, within our internal zone, or within our private zone. But ICMP, so maybe our office located in the California, and also one more office located in the Singapore, and third office located in Netherlands, and fourth office located in the India. In that scenario, if you want to communicate all these devices through internet, through virtual private network over the public internet, then we can go for the ICMP protocol, Internet Control Message Protocol, and it can be used for the messaging purpose or communication purpose. And it does not have any port number. So ICMP does not have any port number. Just it is a message oriented protocol only, just for extending the communication. So then it can provide the even communication responses also. For example, maybe I want to see opposite devices up or down, or whether it is active or inactive, whether it is running or not running. So if you want to see that one, we can use ICMP protocol. For example, in the practical way, where we can go and where we can use this one. So here I'm typing command prompt. So I want to see whether Google is working in my system or not. So for that one, I have to use the ping command, ping ping. So either I can provide the host name of the Google, or maybe I can provide the IP address also. So I'm providing directly google.com. So I'm entering. So now responses is coming back. You can see here pinging google.com with 32 bytes of the data. Reply from. So it is coming back. So time it took approximate 36 milliseconds. On the first packet, it is reaching from my laptop to google.com as our message. Then second one, it took 36 milliseconds. Third packet, it took 38 milliseconds. And fourth packet, it took 33 milliseconds. For these places, we can use ICMP protocol. Okay, so anyway, this ping command and all those other commands we are going to discuss later stages also in our class. So in the practical scenario where we can use ICMP protocol, we can use here. So for communication purpose. Now I came to know that in my system, I'm able to access the google.com. So this is through command line interface, CLI, command line interface, because I entered the ping and also enter the google.com. So I enter the commands here. So what is graphical user interface, GUI or GUI? So now I will type google.com on the web browser of the Google Chrome. Whether it is opening or not, we can see. Yes, it is opening. Google.com also I'm able to access through GUI or GUI, graphical user interface. Okay, I did not enter any command here. So this is user friendly. GUI is user friendly always. Okay, but when I'm going here, on the other hand, so here I have to enter the command. So that is the difference between CLI versus GUI. Okay, so I'm discussing here two concepts here. One is ping command. Ping command can be used by SCMP protocol. Okay, so I proved that. So through command line interface also, I'm able to access the google.com. Through web browser also, I'm able to access the google.com. So this is the place where I can go and I can access both. Okay, so now I can go and I can type one more IP address. Let's see, ping 10.10.10.1. I'm not sure 10.10.10.1, which is belongs to whose IP address. It's a private IP address. Which organization it is using also, I'm not sure. So now you can see pinging 10.10.10.1 within 32 bytes of the data requested timed out. It is not responding back. It's one of the organization private IP. So I don't have access to that organization. I don't have access to that organization IP address. So now, so previously it is using ICMP protocol. Here echo reply is coming back stating that, so whenever I am giving the ping command google.com, response is coming back from the google.com. So, but in the second place, when I given ping 10.10.10.1, so destination is unreachable. Here destination is reachable. So that is ICMP protocol destination is reachable. And here in the second scenario, destination is unreachable. Okay. In the similar way, let's go and see in the GUI also. So 10.10.10.1. Let's see whether it will open any website or not. In the command line interface, I was not able to access. So on the web browser or on the Google Chrome site, whether I'm able to access 10.10.10.1, it is mapping to any domain name or host name. Obviously, we can't access from here also. Here also I'm proving that, so the site can't be reached. Okay, so two scenarios I took it. One is, so directly I went and accessed through google.com through our CLI and also through web browser. So both the places I was able to access, and ICMP protocol is responded back, destination is reachable. So internet control message protocol. Under the second scenario, 10.10.10.1, so that is one of the IP address I was giving pinging, but unfortunately that I'm not sure who's the IP address and I'm not working in that organization, then how can I access that one? So in the similar way, through web browser also 10.10.10.1, I was not able to access. Okay, so now, so two scenarios what we identified here. There are two practical scenario, or there are two practical use cases we discussed. ICMP protocol in the first scenario, it was giving the echo reply. Destination is reachable. So in the second scenario, so when I given 10.10.10.1 traceability, I was not able to reach. So destination is unreachable. So there are two different types of messages we have seen practically. One is echo reply or destination is reachable, and second one destination is unreachable. So these places we can use ICMP protocol. ICMP protocol doesn't have any port number, yet it's like a service. Okay, and it will provide type 0 to type 255 messages. We have seen only two messages now. One is destination is reachable and second one is destination is unreachable. But in the similar way, we have approximate more than 200, 250 plus messages, it will give the reply. And there is no port number. That is entire question, guys. It's a service-oriented protocol. That's why we can call it service-oriented protocol. Next one is MAC. What is MAC full form? Media Access Control. So it can be used GSLV or PSLV. So from the 18th generation or 19th generation or 21st century or 20th century, how the communication is changed. So previously we used one of the servant or one is Senapati or maybe one of the PGN. So to send the news from one kingdom to another kingdom, that may Pandavas or Cholas or Mughal Empire and so on. So this is the way how the news can be exchanged in the 18th or 19th or 20th century and later. So in the 21st century, everything through our internet and through GSLV, PSLV, through fiber optical communication. Before independence also, so we used optical fiber communication when Britain is ruling all over the worldwide. So in that scenario, through our optical fiber communication, so through oceans, we used to deploy these optical fiber communication in such a way we can exchange the communication. And the current generation is completely through satellite communication. So it is using either geo satellite launching vehicle or polar satellite launching vehicle. This is the way how the communication is changed completely. And we are exchanging the communication between the different continents and different countries and different states and different mandals and cities and so on. So this one media access control, it will provide same information, whether we are using optical fiber communication, whether we are using the air or water or maybe through geosatellite communication and so on. Those places we can use media access control. So media access control will fall under the data link layer under the OSL layers. Okay. So that is about media access control. It will provide about the communication through air or water or maybe through satellite communication. Example. Next one is IMAP, Internet Message Access Protocol. So Internet Message Access Protocol and port number is 143. So here, so previously we have seen ICMP. ICMP does not have any port number, but in case if you want to exchange the communication, we can exchange through internet. But this one also Internet Message Access Protocol, but it has the port number. Okay. So this one also we can use for the internet communication in between the different continents and so on. So those places we can use IMAP. Okay. It's a message oriented protocol once again. Next one is SQL. So you know already, it's for structured query language. So it's mainly for the database insertions, deletions, or updations or modifications can be used by SQL database or SQL programming language. So that may be SQL or Microsoft SQL. So or maybe PGSQL, PostgreSQL database. There are so many databases. So it can be used by SQL programming language. There are so many from the Oracle side. There are so many from the SAP side and so on. So for example, maybe GridGain or Couchbase or Cassandra or MongoDB, all these will fall on the SQL based programming language. Okay. So for example, maybe you are going and you are ordering something in the Flipkart or Amazon retail websites. So in the backend database, what they will use SQL or PGSQL. Item number one, it is belongs to kitchen item. Item number two, it is belongs to food item. Item number three, it is belongs to electrical item. Item number four, it is belongs to electronics item. Whatever you want, you can go and you can, so finally make it a cart and finally we'll do the payment through our payment gateways. So then whatever you'll order through Amazon or maybe Flipkart, then finally whatever home address you are giving, it will come as a cash on delivery or maybe through normal delivery options. So those places, how this backend database it will work, it can be used by structured query language. So our database team, they can go and they can create the insertion of the respective queries or maybe deletion or maybe updation or maybe modifications. Okay. So then where we can use from the cybersecurity side these SQL queries or PGSQL queries or KQL queries or SPL queries. So whenever if you want to do threat hunting, If you want to do threat hunting based on the hypothesis, or based on the manual based, or based on the imagination, or based on the hypothesis. So according to these places, we can go and we can use the SQL queries. But whether all these queries we have to remember, not necessary. Except Azure Sentinel, except Splunk, except Exabeam. So remaining all other SIM tools, we have to remember the query language. But like IBM QRadar or Logarithm or maybe so Secure Onyx or Alien Vault. So all those SIM tools, we no need to remember anything. Everything like a drop down list, like a filtering options. So what is the practical use case? So we can be used for the creating customized correlation rule creation, creating customized correlation rule creation in the SIM tools, and also for threat hunting. So that is about SQL. So next one is KQL. So based on the SQL queries, what Microsoft has done, why we can go and we can use our SQL queries? Why can't we go and we can use improved version of the SQL language? So for that one, they have done one of the customized query language. That customized query language, we can call it Kusto query language. Wherever Microsoft based suite are existing or Microsoft products are existing, for example, take Microsoft Outlook or Office 365 or Microsoft Defender for Cloud or maybe Microsoft Sentinel or Microsoft CNAPP, Cloud Native Application Protection Platform, or Azure Security Center. So wherever Microsoft related cloud-based products or on-premise based products, so they have done one of the customized query language. That customized query language, we can call it as KQL, Kusto query language. It's applicable only dedicatedly Microsoft. Kusto query language. And what is the practical use case? Same practical use case. Creating the customized correlation rule creation and also threat hunting purpose in the Azure Sentinel side. So we can go and we can use this Kusto query language, not only just on the our Azure Sentinel, even as I mentioned, Microsoft Defender for Cloud or Microsoft Defender Cloud Workload Protection Plan or Microsoft Cloud Native Application Protection Platform. Entire Microsoft suite related products or tools, we can use KQL query language. Next one is AQL. So AQL is called aerial query language. So what IBM has done, this from IBM side, this one is from Microsoft side. So this is applicable to IBM. So IBM products, whatever IBM is producing or developing. So example, take IBM servers or IBM SIM tools or IBM network traffic managers or NetFlow devices, IBM servers, IBM applications, IBM cloud environments. Those places we can use aerial query language. So for example, on the practical use case side, same thing, creating customized correlation rule creation, and also for security incident investigation and threat hunting purpose, we can use aerial query language. But we no need to remember any queries here. Just IBM has very user friendly. So like Sentinel side, we have to remember the queries, but on the IBM has done like user friendly. Our end user or cyber security team, there is no need to remember any commands here. Okay, everything like a drop down list. Once we are going to SIM tool, there I will explain. So that is called AQL, aerial query language. It's a customized query language. Next one is PGSQL. Postgres query language. So nowadays, once anywhere we are using cloud environment, that may be Microsoft Azure or Amazon AWS, and also GCP from Google, and OCI from Oracle, and Alibaba from China-based Google Search, sorry, cloud services, and so on. Those places, most of the cases, very, very useful database is PGSQL. It is giving a lot of competition to MongoDB and a lot of competition it is giving to Cassandra. Okay, so PGSQL, most of the customers or clients they are using, and it's very user friendly and security perspective also. There are so many advanced features are there. Example, logging and monitoring, and also authentication side. Whenever database team they are trying to access our database, but there are several factors are included, like database encryption on the rows wise, on columns wise, on files wise, and so on. That is the reason it is becoming very, very popular, or already it's popular, by the way. So from our security perspective, where we can use this one. So same thing, we can, if you want to create any query language, especially IBM QRadar, and also if you want to do the security incident investigation and forensic analysis and threat hunting side also, then we can use the PGSQL. So now one more is called SPL, Splunk Processing Language. So Splunk is from Splunk only. Splunk is a company and it is developing. There are so many security products. Example, Splunk NOC tool, NOC, Network Operations Center tool. They do have APM, Application Performance Management tool. They do have the Network Performance tool, and they have the SPM tool, Server Performance Monitoring tool. And finally, they have Splunk SIM tool also. There are so many tools. There are so many products it is developing. So what Splunk has done, so now Splunk, instead of using the SQL queries or PGSQL queries, they have done the customized dedicated Splunk programming language or processing language. Whatever Splunk is developing those products, so they are using the Splunk processing language. Now Splunk is acquired by, I think, Cisco or AT&T with the $16 billion acquisition. Now Splunk is not anymore a dedicated company or individual company. Now it is a part of, I think, Cisco. So now these two combined together and they formed a Splunk processing language. So now it is a part of the Splunk. And the same thing here, what is the security purpose we can use Splunk processing language? We are creating correlation rules or customized dashboards or threat hunting purpose. We can use SPL, Splunk processing language. So those are the query languages, full forms. Next one is CIS. What is CIS full form is? Center Net, sorry, Center for Internet Security. So Center for Internet Security. Now, what are machines we are creating or whatever assets we are creating, that may be endpoints, that may be servers, that may be databases, that may be our even virtual machines through VMware or NSXi, and also even virtual machine in the cloud environment. Those places we can do the hardening benchmark. Hardening benchmark, which is very, very famous, is CIS, Center for Internet Security. So this is like an institution or organization. It will provide a hardening benchmark for both physical assets and also cloud environment and also even our network environments, application environment everywhere. For example, if I want to show this website, just you can type CIS benchmark. So click on this cissecurity.organization. So now all these assets team or servers team, that may Windows or Unix and so on, they have to create whenever any server, they will use image. So example, that image may be part of our physical server image or physical endpoint image or virtual image, or maybe in the cloud environment also they will use ARM templates in case example, our Azure or Amazon or GCP and so on. Okay. So there, what I have to do from security perspective, they can go and they can update all these benchmarks. So for example, you can see here, Alibaba cloud environment. This CIS benchmark, we have to go and we have to generate and we have to implement all these security benchmarks so that whenever attacker is trying to do the hacking or any external attacks or data exploitation or data breaches. So if are already configuring and implementing these benchmarks in our server side or in our endpoint side or network side, application side, we have less chances are there from the attacker perspective and attacker vector and attack surface side. So it will reduce our attack surface. It will reduce our hacking path. So that is the reason we can go and we can implement all the CS benchmark. So for example, Alien Linux. So all Linux operating system, Amazon Linux, Amazon Web Services, Apache Tomcat, Apple iOS, almost all the operating system it is supporting CS benchmark. Not only just on the operating system side, even databases and also applications and also network devices, even cloud environment also. You can see here, cloud providers, desktop software, DevSecOps tools, mobile devices, network devices, operation systems, server software. For all these places, they are providing the our couple of security controls or implementations. These security controls or implementations we have to implement in our all these different types of the platforms. That may be cloud platform, that may be desktop platform, that may be DevSecOps platform, or mobile devices, or service servers, or operating systems, and so on. So that is called CAS. Once we are going to our vulnerability management part of infrastructure security domain, there I will go and I will explain in-depth analysis. So that is about CS benchmark. So next one, CIA triad. So triad is nothing but triangle. So triad means triangle. There are three triangles, like symmetric one. So one is confidentiality. So second side is integrity, and third one is availability. So for any organization, three pillars. So confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These three we can call it the three pillars for any security organization. Any security can take it. That may be authentication or authorization or confidentiality or privacy or reputation, non-reputation. So cryptography and so on. All those will fall under these three pillars only. Okay, so one is confidentiality. Second one is integrity. And finally, third one is availability. Enter a question, this one also. What is CIA triad? So couple of people, they will call it a CIA triad, and couple of CASSP books, they will say AIC triad. Both are same. Either we can use CIA or either we can use AIC also. AIC means availability, integrity, and confidentiality. So this one I'm highlighting. So three pillars for any organization. Three pillars for security, three pillars of security for any organization. So that is our CIA triad. So next one is WASP top 10. OWSP top 10. So what is WASP full form? It's the open web application security project. So when I was giving demo and also when I giving the course content and syllabus under the application security and also machine learning and artificial intelligence side like LLMs, and also even part of our mobile security and also API security, application programming interface for microservice based application side. Those places we can use WASP top 10. This WASP top 10 like an institution or organization similar to like CIS. So what they will do, they will conduct survey. So initially they conduct survey in 2010. Later they conduct survey in 2013. Later they conduct 2017. And most recent one is 2017 only. So 2025, very soon we are getting the results. So within 2 to 3 months, we are going to get the WASP top 10 results. So what they will do exactly? From security perspective in the application side, mobile side, machine learning and artificial intelligence side, and also API call side, application program interface call side, they will go and they will conduct the brainstorming session. They will go and they will conduct the sampling theorem, or they will go and they will take the feedback in simple words. So for example, I am from WASP top 10 organization. as a non-profitable organization. And I will go and I will conduct the survey with the TCS, with Infosys, with Accenture, with Mindtree, with Capgemini, so with LTI, and so on. Then I will ask all these companies. I'm conducting a survey or feedback now. So in the 2024, in the entire 1 year time period, which attacks you observed from the application side, topmost. So in the similar way, on the machine learning side, which attacks you observed? On the mobile side, which attacks you observed? On the API call side, what are the attacks you observed? Then I will take feedback from all these institutions or companies or customers or consulting companies. Then finally make top 10, top 1, top 2, top 3, top 4, top 5, up to top 10. So that like a summary, overall feedback after gathering the, so these customers or clients are consulting and service based companies. Then I will make like a summary now. Application side WASP top 10, API side, API call side WASP top 10, machine learning artificial LLM side WASP top 10, and mobile side WASP top 10, industrial control side WASP top 10. Okay, so these attacks will fall in WASP top 10. So WASP top 10, whenever we are referring, very, very important is the application side. Okay, so now it will provide the layer 7 attacks. Application layer is layer number 7 as per WASP top 10. So let's go and I can show that website also. Just you can type WASP top 10. Then you can click on the WASP top 10. Yeah, right now WASP top 10, it is under the construction. I mean, it is in the collection of the data gathering right now. It's not completed yet. So most recent one, 2021. That's what I'm saying. Most recent feedback is from 2021 and 2025. Very soon. So we are going to get the OASP top 10 related application side attacks. You can see it that right now they are doing the data collection. So they have done already in the November and December, but they did not release yet. So all those top 10 category of the attacks. Now, what is the baseline or which year OASP top 10 attacks we are considering on the application side? 2021. So you can see here A01 application 01 attack, broken access control, A02 cryptographic failures, A03 injection fly attack on cross-site scripting attack, A04 insecure design, and so on. All these are application side attacks. So not only application side, so these organizations are conducting the projects or doing the projects on mobile side WASP top 10 and also on the application side and also API side and most recently machine learning and artificial intelligence side also. So that is about WASP top 10. Next one is SANS top 25. So this one also same thing. So it will provide the top 25 applications, top 25 application attacks information. WASP it will provide about only 10, top 10, but SANS is an institution once again and an organization, otherwise we can call organization. So even they are conducting the certificates also related to our security certificates. So that is SANS top 25. Next one is NAST. So it's very, very popular framework and also it's very, very popular compliance also. National Institute of Standard Technology. So that is called NAST, National Institute of Standard Technology. So for this one, which one is very, very popular one is Cyber Security Framework 2.0. In this similar way, Risk Management Framework, RMF 800-53, and also Risk Management Framework 800-37, that is called Security and Privacy Controls. Also Incident Lifecycle Management. There are so many things are providing by NAST. So it is one of the very, very popular. This one is provided by North America once again. It's American based organizations or institutions. So most of the cases wherever our rules and regulations and compliances, governance and risk, if you want to do, we will use NAST. For example, I will show one practically. NAST Cybersecurity Framework 2.0. So NAST.gov, it's a federal government from North America, and cybersecurity framework NAST. So if I'm clicking on this one, so it will go to our CSF 2.0. So this is cybersecurity framework site. And here you can see there are 5 frameworks. So what are those 5 principles or frameworks? Protect, detect, identify, recover, and report. So these things can be used whenever any security incident is triggered, or whenever any security incident is occurred, or it's happened, or alarm it has come. So we have to go and we have to do the detection, identification. Then once we are doing that one, then protecting of that incident, then finally reporting of the incident and recovering of the incident. So that is called cybersecurity framework. And also NAST said one more framework is very, very popular one is, so NAST 800-53, security and privacy controls. So security and privacy control, this is also one of the complaints. So this is what I'm saying, security and privacy controls for information systems and organization. So these controls we have to go and we have to implement for any organization. Very, very popular one is NAST. And also risk management framework also it's important. So that is about NAST. Next one is ITIL, information technology, infrastructure, library. So where we can use NAST and what is the practical use case and where we can use ITIL process. So NAST, most of the cases we can use product development companies or federal government companies or federal government contractors companies. So those companies we can go and we can use NAST, and ITIL, most of the cases service delivery companies. So this one we can use for federal government. This is a practical use case, or product development companies. What are the product development companies? For example, IBM or HP and so on. And what are the federal government? US Navy, US Army, Indian Navy, Indian Army, Ministry of Defense or Defense of Depth. So there are so many customers. Public sector, where are public sector it is involved? Police department or healthcare industries or Ministry of Finance and so on. So those are all called, we can call it as federal government sector. So those places, and also product development companies. So product development companies, what are product we are developing? Example Wipro, or example IBM, example HP, example Robert Bosch or Honeywell, okay, or Microsoft or Google and so on. Those are product development companies. So those companies, they can use NAST framework most of the cases. And ITIL process, service delivery companies. What is service delivery? They are working on projects, consulting and service based companies or implementation vendors. For example, maybe TCS, Tata Consulting Services, Infosys Technologies. Okay, so Mindtree or L&T or Accenture Consulting Services or Cognizant Consulting Services or Capgemini, so consulting services, or CGI from Canada-based company. So these are all the service delivery companies. They'll work on the multiple projects. So those are service delivery companies wherever they are providing the services or project implementations. Those places we can use ITIL process. Under this one, we do have the couple of processes and frameworks will fall under. Example, change management process. If you want to apply any change, or problem statement, solution statement, or instant lifecycle management process, or service level agreements, or key performance indicator KPIs, and so on. So those places we can use ITIL process. Anyway, separately we can discuss this ITIL and NAST later stages. Next one is TTP. So TTPs are very important. Tactics, techniques, and procedures. So what is TTP full form? Tactics and techniques and procedure. It will fall under the MITRE attack framework. So MyTradeTech framework, it is an institutional organization. So I will show that one also practically. It is becoming very, very popular now. All the security tools are integrating to MyTradeTech framework. So this is the correct website. So A means adversaries, T means techniques, T means so tactics, CK means knowledge base. So answer also giving the question itself. What is the question here? Attack. ATT at the rate of CK. Then what is the answer? A means adversary. Who is adversary? Attacker. What attacker will do? He will use first T, tactics. He will use couple of tactics, how we can do the attack exploitation, and couple of techniques, CK, knowledge base, how we can do the detection, and also how we can do the protection also. Combination of both. Okay. So as I mentioned, under this one, enterprise level and also mobile level, ICS level. Currently, it is supporting only 3 industries. One is enterprise level. What is my enterprise level? Wherever the end users count is more than 10,000, those organizations we can call it as enterprise level. So wherever the end users are in between 5,000 to 10,000, those organizations or customers we can call it as medium scale industries. Wherever the end users count is 0 to 1,000 in between, those companies we can call it as, or customers we can call small scale industry. Small scale industries, medium scale industries, enterprise level. Okay. For example, phone pay. So it is like a small, medium scale industry. The employee count is only less than 5,000. And take example, maybe so Microsoft more than 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs employees, or take TCS 6 lakhs 25,000 employees, or take State Bank of India, so 5 lakhs plus employees. So those organizations we can call enterprise level. Okay, and less than 10,000 employees, we can call it small scale industries or medium scale industries. So it is providing tactics and techniques for enterprise level, mobile industries, and also ICS. What is ICS? Industrial control system. Wherever aviation, building and development, material processing, manufacturing, automobile industry, electrical, civil, mechanical, nuclear power reactors, and so on. Those places or those companies, we can call it as ICS, industrial control system. So those things we can call it nowadays operational technology, IoTs, Internet of Things, IIoT, Industrial Internet of Things. It is becoming popular. That is the reason. So they are providing the tactics and techniques and procedures for these 3 level. One is enterprise level, mobile, and also ICS customers level. So this is MyTradeTech framework. We can use the tactics and techniques and procedures. And what is attack now? ATT at the rate of CK. So what is A means? Adversary. Nothing but who is trying to do the hacking to get the benefits or monetary functions or unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure. Adversary is also called as a attacker or intruder or threat actor. There are so many names. And the first T means tactics. Second T means techniques. And CK means knowledge base. Okay, so that is called attack and TTP. So next one is EDR. So what is EDR? EDR means endpoint detection response, full form. So it is called next generation antivirus. Current generation of the antivirus tools. AV means antivirus. So first I will go with AV. AV means antivirus. See, I'm going for too much in-depth analysis. Please don't worry. What I want to try to say from yesterday class and today class, you have to remember these full forms, these abbreviations. Okay. So EDR, endpoint detection response. So up to 2017 or 18, all the antivirus solutions, so completely based on signature based. If the known attack it will come, then only it will detect and it will block it. So in case if it is unknown category of the attack, it will not identify. For example, if I want to explain that one in our practical day-to-day life, so at the time of the pandemic and corona, So there are several variant names it has come. Okay. So first, initially, we don't have any medication or vaccination. Later, 1 year R&D, research and development side. So couple of medical and pharma-based companies, they provided vaccination, they provide medication for how to reduce the corona, or how to prevent the corona. Okay. So initially doesn't have any signature, but after 2 years of the research and development by these pharma-based companies or medical companies, so finally they provided vaccination medication for this corona. So now what is mean by signature here now? So signature meaning here. So if the known thing is called a signature, for example, maybe you are getting a fever. In that scenario, you can go and you can use paracetamol, or maybe you can use cold active, or maybe you can use so dollar 650 or dollar 500 and so on. So for this disease, this one you can go and you can use it. So maybe you are cold and cough, you are using citizen. So this is the way how the so signature is defined. That is known one. But what about unknown category of the attack? So traditional antivirus not will give our unknown based attacks. So that is the drawback of the traditional antivirus. AV means antivirus, EDR. So endpoint detection response, that is current generation of the antivirus. For unknown category of the attacks also. Okay. So it will go and it will identify what is the behavior pattern or behavior or mechanism based on the context, not based on content, not based on the content anymore now. Based on the machine learning and based on the artificial intelligence, based on the behavior pattern of the end user or an asset or an application or in a database. Whenever any abnormal activity is happening, this next generation antivirus or EDR tool automatically it will trigger. For example, tomorrow once again, new corona variant it is coming. So whenever you are feeling like a cold or cough or sneezing, or you are suffering with fever and so on, you will suspect maybe. So these are the symptoms for new variant of the corona. You will take the preventive actions or preventive way of taking the medication. Maybe you can go and you can use so what on medication initially it is provided, or maybe you can go and you can use good food. Then maybe you can go and you can use kashayam and so on. So this is the way how we are proactive in approach. How the symptoms will come to know, then we can go and we can aggressively it is going and we are using that medication to protect and prevent new variant of the corona. Same as it is here also. Whenever any baseline or abnormal or malicious or suspicious activity is happening, it is not existing activity based on the historical analysis. It's a new activity. It's a forthcoming activity. The suspecting maybe your system is going to get compromised based on the behavior, based on the pattern, based on the existing database, based on the history, or based on the historical analysis. How that is possible? That is possible via through our data analytics mathematical approach or statistical approach, and also based on the machine learning and also based on the artificial intelligence. So these concepts also we are integrating to our security tools now. Okay. So that is called antivirus and EDR and XDR, extended detection and response. So it is further more of EDR. We can call XDR. It contains advanced features. Not even EDR tools are not able to detect couple of attacks. To mitigate the drawback, nowadays, all these development based companies or security tooling side, they are developing the advanced features. It is not based on the content, it is based on the context, it's based on the existing pattern, or not based on the existing pattern, it's a new pattern based on the same voice we can use for the multiple new tools. So those places we can use XDR, extended detection and response. NDR. What is NDR full form? Network detection and response. So network detection and response here. Network side, is there any new or unknown category of the attacks are happening? So we can go and we can implement NDR tools like a McAfee or Symantec or Palo Alto or FortiGate. There are so many vendors we do have, or product development companies related to security tooling. So it will go and it will identify the network side activity. This one is on the endpoint side. These three on the endpoint side. Endpoints meaning here, you know already, like laptop or MacBook, workstation, desktop, or mobile device, or servers and database. Those are all called endpoint. And this was dedicated applicable to network side. Next one is MDR. So managed detection and response. So it is like managing of the single console. It is equivalent to like a SIM tool kind of thing. From single console, we can go and we can take care of the appropriate detection and also response. Okay, from a single console. So here dedicated, this one is applicable to endpoint and this one is applicable to network. This is applicable to entire overall organization. It is managing and maintaining. Okay, overall attacks, detection and response. Central console, I can say. So now once again, recently, as I mentioned, Google is acquired by Wiz, $32 billion call company. That is one of the world largest history is acquisition it's happened. So now which company it will become very, very popular in future to give a lot of competition to, as I said, Amazon and also Azure side. So there they implemented one of the new approach or new solution that is called as container detection response also. So far, whatever tools are available in the market from the Microsoft or from Amazon or Oracle or Alibaba or even on-premise solutions like McAfee, CrowdStrike, Sentinel, and so on. Those vendors did not bring the topic name is called CDR. Okay, container side also, whenever any infection it is happening or malicious infection is happening, illegitimate infection is happening, it will go and it will identify the detection, not only just detection, it will take care of the response also. That is called CDR. Container detection and response. It's applicable to cloud. So not only just on the container and Docker also. So that is about EDR, NDR, XDR, MDR. Okay, next one is AM. AM means anti-malware. Malware is like an attack. Virus is an attack. Antivirus is a solution. Malware is attack. Anti-malware, opposite to malware, anti-malware is a solution. So it's a antivirus solution or anti-malware solutions. Next one is VULN. So vulnerability in short, we can call it as a VULN, vulnerability. What is vulnerability? It's like a problem, or it's like an issue, or it is like a bug, or it is like loophole, or it is like weakness. That may be on the application side. Developer, they will call it as a bug. Under the corporate IT side, they will call it as incident. Under the security side, we can call it as incident. Under the network side, they will call it as incident. Okay. Under the in general, we'll call a problem. So those things we can call vulnerability. Loophole or problem or weakness or bug, all those are synonyms. Okay. That is called vulnerability. Next one is DLP. What is DLP full form? Data loss prevention. So dedicated to DLP also, there are so many vacancies. So here data can be leaked through several ways. Example, maybe employee, if you are giving the USB access to all the employees now, they can go and they can insert the USB drive or memory stick or maybe pen drive or external hard disk or maybe mobile device connection, then they can copy our confidential data of the office provided laptop, office provided desktop, and so on. That is one of the way how the data can be leaked. So what is second way of the data can be leaked? Through emails, sending the personal to professional or professional to personal. Maybe you are working in Cognizant, so then you are sending your Cognizant email ID to your Gmail ID or Yahoo email ID or Hotmail email ID. So this is the way data can be leaked through email also. What is third way data can be leaked? Through cloud. If you don't implement sufficient control list in the cloud environment, like network access control list and security groups, even our cloud data also can be accessed. That is the way. Fourth one is cloud. So what is fourth way data can be leaked? Through websites. Example, take you are uploading in the OneDrive or Google Drive, huge or large amount of the files, or maybe you are downloading the huge or large amount of the files, or maybe one of the patent information, copyrights information, or trademarks information, you are going and you are posting in the LinkedIn or any other social networking websites. That is also data can be leaked. I have seen so many people. Uh, it is okay to keep their innovation related to product in the resume, but they don't want to leak their patent information. I've seen a lot of candidates, they will leak their confidential data that is belongs to PII data. They should not leak their patent information, all those information. That is my opinion as a security person. Okay. So this is the way how we can go and we can protect the data based on these four ways data can be leaked. One is through peripheral devices or maybe through our USBs or memory stick or external hard disk or pen drives. That is one way of the data leaking. Second way is through websites. So third way is through emails. Fourth way is through our cloud environment. So in case our internal employee or maybe external attacker also, if they want to do the data breach, data exfiltration, or sensitive data exposure, then we can go and we can implement endpoint DLP, network DLP, cloud side DLP, websites DLP. These are all the four different types of DLPs we have to implement. That is about DLP. Next one is IDS. What is IDS full form? Intrusion Detection System. What is intrusion? Intrusion means abnormal. It's not like a normal activity. It's like a malicious activity or suspicious activity. That's called intrusion. Then what is detection? It will only detect, but it will not prevent it. System means it's like a tool or it's like a product. So whenever any abnormal activity or malicious activity or suspicious activity or illegitimate activity is doing by an internal employee or maybe external attacker, IDS only it will detect, but it will not block it. That is called IDS. Enter the question. Then what is IPS? Intrusion Prevention System. So not only just detection like IDS, but also it will do prevention. Detection as well as a blocking or prevention or protecting is called as intrusion prevention system. So that is called IDS IPS. Next one is HADS HAPS. HADS, this is on the host level. Host intrusion detection system. Host level, we are going and we are detecting. Next one, HAPS, host intrusion prevention system. It will do detection also blocking on the host level, nothing but endpoint and server and database level. NIDS, network detection and response. Network detection system only. Network intrusion detection system. NAPS, network intrusion prevention system. Next one, WIDS also. wireless intrusion detection system, WIPS, wireless intrusion prevention system. So these are all the different types of IDS IPS. Okay. So wireless also, whenever we are accessing Wi-Fi, so here attacker will do session hijacking, and also attacker name we can call rogue in the wireless side or Wi-Fi side. So attacker name we can call rogue devices. He will try to compromise. A lot of times I'm seeing in this, I have seen, and also I'm going to see in future as well. So restaurants, hotels, and also hotels at least it's fine. Restaurants and bars, and also hotels and airports and trains and so on. They are providing a lot of free Wi-Fi. If you want, you can go and you can connect your personal related mobiles. That's fine. You are losing your personal data. I don't recommend that one also basically. But company provided laptops, I'm not sure why they are going to access to the free Wi-Fi. In case attacker, they are trying to go and they are trying to do the, okay, so session hijacking, you'll try to compromise your system, username and password, he can compromise your credentials. Then he will take your session to his attacker machine like a command and control. Okay, so that is the reason couple of banking sector and also healthcare industries and insurance based companies, public sector companies, they will not give free Wi-Fi acceptance to company provided laptop. But couple of companies they used to provide even any Wi-Fi we can go and we can access it. Okay, but it is not recommended as based on the security based practices. Okay, so anyways, through wireless also attacks are going to happen, that is abnormal or malicious or suspicious activities. So next one, UTM. So UTM is also called as a firewall, FW, Unified Threat Management. So Unified Threat Management, or this is also called firewall. So it's a network security device or perimeter security device. So if you want, you can go and you can see the continuously our course content. So under the network security, we are going to discuss our next generation firewall or firewalls. So UTM or firewall will form network control device, network security device or perimeter security device. Next generation firewall, NGFW, current generation of the firewall from 2013 or 14. Whatever traditional firewall, it is not sufficient. So there they went and they implemented through machine learning, through artificial intelligence, not only just based on the signature based. So current generations of the firewalls, we can call it as next generation firewalls. So next one, SWG, secure web gateway. Secure web gateway full form. So it's like a proxy. Secure web gateway is also called as a proxy. Whenever we are referring the gateway, we will consider as a bridge or gateway or mediator or broker, where it will act as a mediator or broker or bridge or gateway in between end users to the applications, or in between our end user machines to our websites. Example, you are accessing any website or any application. Now always the request will go intermediate device is called proxy. What is proxy interview? On behalf of you, someone else is doing and you are doing lip syncing or you are prompting. That is called proxy interview. Same as it is. So proxy or secure web gateway, it's like a network security device. So whenever the end user is trying to access any websites or maybe application, always the request, it will go to the proxy server. It will validate whether it's malicious or non-malicious. In case malicious, it will go and it will block it. In case it's non-malicious, it will do the, sorry, in case non-malicious, it will block it. In case malicious, non-malicious, it will allow the request. Malicious, it will block the request. That's called secure web gateway or proxy. Then what is WAF? Web application firewall. Give me another 5 minutes. I'm going to complete. Yeah, web application firewall. This is on the application side. Next generation firewall, it will provide about only network level or perimeter level. On the web application firewall side, it's dedicated to application side. So previously we discussed a WASP top 10. So it will prevent all WASP top 10 category of the attacks. That may be SQL injection attack or cross-site scripting attack or cross-site request forgery or broken authentication or broken access control or insecure design, cryptographic failures, and so on. So that is called web application firewall. So it's dedicated applicable to application side attacks, prevention, and also blocking and monitoring, detection and identification. So next one is SIEM. What is SIM full form? Security, information, and event management. It's like a tool. It will do the 24/7 into 365 days. 24 cross 7 cross 365 days. Each and every second, it will do the log processing, log analysis, log monitoring, security monitoring, and finally it will generate the alert notification to us. Now, as a cybersecurity analyst, we can go and we can take care of the respective security incident investigation, forensic analysis. That monitoring tool name, we can call it as security monitoring tool name, we can call it SIEM, SIEM. So in the cybersecurity, we can use this SIEM tool. So dedicated SIEM also, there are so many vacancies. So then SOC, Security Operations Center. So when I was giving the demo, so that time I explained about command and control. Example, I given couple of practical example, like NASA is launching one of the satellite, or maybe ISRO is launching one of the satellite, or maybe train is traveling from X to Y location, or flight is traveling from X to Y location. How the command and control team, they will sit together and they will monitor whether the from the source to destination is reached or not. So in the similar way, so SOC team, they can go and they can monitor continuously. So security related, is there any attacks are happening? In case the attacks are happening, how we can go and we can block, or we can do the analysis and we can do the instant investigation and also forensic analysis. So the team, we can call it as SOC. Under this SOC, there are level 1, level 2, and level 3 people will work. Next one is SET. SET means Computer Emergency Response Team. Computer Emergency Response Team. So what SET and SOC both are synonyms or alternative names or other names. So, but when we can use and when we can use SET and when we can use SOC, that is different story. So SOC means we can use any consulting and service based companies or product development companies, they can use SOC. SET means only public sector companies like police departments, or so healthcare industries, or you can consider federal government, or you can consider defense, navy, army, ministries, and so on. Those people we can call SET, Computer Emergency Response Team. Emergency Response Team. Okay, immediately they will do the action or instant response. Take example in 2022 or 23. So AIMS New Delhi and also Mohammedan Sultan, one of the hospital also got compromised in the March and April, back to back. Russia-based hacking group, Pakistan-based hacking group, Ukraine-based hacking group, North Korea hacking group, and so on. They have done a lot of hacking on the AIMS New Delhi and also Muhammad Sultan related hospitals. Those two are completely public sector. Now, who has done the investigation? National Investigation Agency from India, and also second one is SET, India SET. Every country has National Investigation Agency and also Computer Emergency Response Team. So those people or those teams are so responsible for or accountable for completely government sector related projects or government sector related hacking part to taking care of the analysis, investigation, incident response. In the private sector, okay, or retail sector, or any other telecom based sector and so on, we can call it a SOC. Only public sector, we can call it a SET. And PSIRT, Product Security Incident Response Team. So it's applicable to only product development companies. Product development companies, they will not call it a SOC. For example, maybe I'm working in Philips. In the Philips side, I'm supporting for semiconductor devices, or I'm supporting healthcare based, like a radiology or heartbeat or X-rays and so on. In the NXP or maybe in the part of Philips, I am developing healthcare based, electrical based, electronics based, semiconductor device based products I am developing. Now I'm selling these products to all the hospitals, all the electrical groups, all the electronical groups, and so on. Now, whenever any security incident it's happened to all these products, whatever I am selling now, I have to make one of the team in the Philips company. So the team, we can call it as a PSIRT, Product Security Incident Response Team. So for example, take Philips is sold one of the healthcare based company to Apollo Hospital or Columbia Hospital or maybe so Esoda Hospital or maybe Kim's Hospital or maybe public sector companies and so on. That unfortunately that product has some of the bugs or issues. Now, whenever any security incident or attacker is trying to do hacking on all these products, now that alert will be triggered on the PSIRT team, and the Philips team side, PSIRT team, they can go and they can take care of this respective analysis side. Why the attack is trying to do hacking on all these hospitals, on all these products? What is the reason? What is the bug is existing? Whether really he compromised or whether really he is not compromised, and so on. So that team we can call PSIRT. But only problem with PSIRT, you should be expert in that product. Example Nokia, example Motorola, example Philips, example Robert Bosch, example Honeywell, Microsoft, IBM, HP, Google. All these are product development companies. So if you want to go into these companies as a SOC person, you should know about IBM related products, how it will work, Motorola related products, how it will work, Nokia related products, how it will work, or NVIDIA, how it will work, or Intel, how it will work. You are expert in those products, then only you can apply PSIRT jobs. Okay. So, but SOC is in generic related to security monitoring side. So that's all for today, guys. It's not completed yet. It will take one more class to complete all these acronyms and full forms. So, but whatever I am discussing from yesterday until date, so today also, there are so much of information and there are so many interview questions. In the yesterday class and today class, there are so many interview questions. What is DNS? What is DHCP? What is Active Directory? What is HTTP? What is HTTPS? What is RDP? What is SSL? What is TLS? What is MITRE ATT&CK framework? What is TTPs? Okay. What is SOC? What is SIM? What is firewall? What is IDS? What is IPS? What is EDR? What is DLP? What is WASP top 10? What is CS sorting benchmark? There are so many interview questions by the way. So all those definitions I can start maybe day after tomorrow. But why I'm giving all this information now itself, please don't worry. So because these are very too much in-depth analysis I'm giving. So, but these acronyms or full forms or abbreviation now, proactive I'm giving now. In future, whatever topics it will come, it is easy for you. It is easy for you. That is the reason all these full forms or abbreviations or acronyms and definitions I'm giving the in front of our course content and syllabus. So that is the reason I'm explaining now itself. But I will cover all these topics once again once we are moving into our course content and syllabus related to networking concepts and endpoint security, network security, cyber security, cloud, infrastructure, product, and so on. Thank you so very much for your patience, and thanks for bearing me. Sorry, I took almost 1.5 hours. Apologies for that. And see you tomorrow at same time, 7:30 a.m. IST. And one more thing I want to share. Whoever is provided Gmail access to Google Drive, already I think Basha is provided the access to you guys. And whoever did not provide and whoever did not fill our Google form template, just you can fill that one and we can provide the access to you guys. Is it clear? Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.